Let me hit live for Facebook. I've been consistent I was pretty consistent every day last week. So I'm going to try to do it for today, or for this week, I mean, and pump out this content. Okay, we're good. Okay, so hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. We're going to knock out content at once. That's why I do these streams, because we can knock out the content in all one swing. So good morning, everyone. I hope that you're doing well. It is your girl, Genesis. And today we're going to spend just about 30 minutes focusing on starting your online store, or teaching other people how to start their online store. So it can definitely be flipped. So I want to let you guys in on what's happening. If you're not aware, we just opened up as of yesterday evening, that does not make sense. Yesterday evening, we opened up seats for my Shopify 101 class. There are a lot of upcoming classes. So I just want to make you guys aware before we jump into today's video. Number one, the Shopify 101 class is on June the 29th. And it is an online class. Is a 2-hour class, and it's basically to teach you on how to either build a brand new Shopify store, or to basically learn on how to operate your current Shopify store that you have, but to be honest, you are not maximizing the platform. So there's a lot of people I know who sign up for the class who they got a Shopify store, maybe someone else built it for them, or maybe they built it themselves, but they don't really understand how to actually use it for their benefit. So if that is you, then you definitely want to join up for the class. Seats right now are only $49, which is why everyone has been hopping on them. I woke up this morning and I saw notifications coming in. So I have to check to see what the total is. We're capping at 40. And so after this week, we're going up to 97 next week. So if you want the $49 seat, you need to get into that. Also, too, it is an online virtual class, and it does include the replay. So that means that you actually get the class to have for safekeeping. This is going to be necessary because when you go back to basically to maintain your Shopify store, update collections, different things like that, you may have to go back to the training to go and walk yourself back through some of the steps. So that's why that's very important. Second thing is that I'm doing a journal and planner boot camp that is happening in July. We start July. Oh my God, where's my first date? Let me pull up my calendar. My life is ran by my calendar. I don't really know what goes on in my life without my calendar, legit. And I'm glad it's actually set up that way. But my planner and journal boot camp starts on July the 8th. So if you have not signed up for that, I know a lot of people have been asking me about that. You can go to genesisdorsey.com and you want to click on summer boot camps from the menu. So if you are someone who wants to have me as your coach to pump out your journal or your planner, you get to pick one. You can only pick one idea. And then I basically walk you through as your coach in a group setting. And you actually have the awesome opportunity. This is why it costs more than other boot camps, because of the fact that you actually have the opportunity to submit to me what you're working on. And I will actually submit back to you what you need to do in your next step. So basically, it's having me as a coach for 4 weeks outside of just the actual classes that we have every week. So it is a huge bonus for a lot of people who've been wanting to produce a planner or a journal, but they just need help. Like, Gigi, what do I do next? Should it look like this? How should the layout be? Does this look organized? So this is the boot camp for you. I'm bringing it to you guys, so you want to take full advantage. You can go to genesisdorsey.com and click on summer boot camps for that. Last but not least, in July, I am in my home state of Delaware. I'm doing a 4-week e-commerce boot camp. So it's 4 weeks of training you to not just launch an online store, but to actually build the brand, the platform, the store, vending, understanding the art of selling as a retailer, all of that. That's a 4-week boot camp. It's happening in Wilmington, Delaware, and it's going to be really amazing. And so that is in July. It starts July the 9th, and it's only $50 for all 4 weeks. It's hosted by the Women's Business Center, which is an SBA-funded organization. So that's really, really dope. And so if you want more information about that, you can inbox me, or you can go to bit.ly/ what is the link? Again, this is why, because everything's ran by, I organize everything, so all my link tree. So the link, let me just go to my Instagram, because everything's on my Instagram. Everything's on in my Facebook. But the link is going to be, hold on, to give you guys, just in case you're interested before we get into this content. Ooh. Okay, it is. Oh, it's not a bit.ly link. Okay. It is a bit. It should be a bit.ly link. Let's see what the bit.ly link is. I like to make everything a bit.ly link. Okay, here we go. bit.ly, bit.ly/store bootcamp. Pretty simple. So if you are near Delaware, live near Delaware, you definitely want to take full advantage of that. So let's jump into today, because I've told you guys 3 things that are happening. The Secure Summit is also coming in July. More information will drop about that. If you have already gotten your seat, please do. If not, I can't promise you seats will be left, but I will tell you more about that in the coming days. So let's get into starting your online store. So I wanted to give you guys some homework in preparation for this 1-day, 2-hour class that I'm hosting, as well as if you're coming to the Wilmington, Delaware bootcamp that I'm doing for 4 weeks. And so I want to talk about some starting components that I really want you guys to think about when you're starting your online store. The first, and I'm gonna give you a set of questions. I probably should have done this on the board today, but I really was not thinking that forward. So the first thing, let me use this pen because I want to go through some things in my head about this. So, okay, cool. So the first thing, I'm kind of writing down my notes, but the first thing is that you want to know the purpose, okay, of your online store. So a lot of times when we talk about number one, you guys know, let's just go over this. Shopify is the number 1 e-commerce platform, period. Okay, period. For DIY, not DIY, but for more of a centralized platform, Shopify is the number 1. I mean, it really is. It is amazing in all of its offerings, and we're going to break down some of the importances of Shopify, why we're using Shopify as our platform for our one-on-one course. Hey, Carlina, how are you on YouTube? But you have to know, what do you want people to do with this website, right? Now, you can say, oh, I want people to buy stuff. Okay, I want people to buy my products. Great. I think that's the purpose of anyone who sells products. But what is the actual purpose behind the website? So you may say, well, number one is for people to get to know the brand. It's for people to have an easy process with purchasing products. It's for people to maybe to offer them different payment gateways or options for them to purchase the products. So you want to have you need to know the purpose for why you're paying this money to build the site. Okay. Because when you build an online store, a lot of people get disappointed because they come into this like, oh, I'm going to get an online store, stop with some products, I'm good. And that's the fastest way to be broke with a website. Okay. The second thing is you need to study. We talked about this in the T-shirt bootcamp, but I had them as homework, study websites, study e-commerce websites, but not e-commerce websites that were huge companies, but smaller companies where you actually got a better idea of something that was near your level, right? So, I don't think it's smart, if you have an online boutique, to go to Forever 21 site and study their website. I think that it's a good idea to kind of get an idea of maybe how some images are shot, things like that. But you need to find maybe some smaller boutiques. If you have an online store, if you have maybe a fitness company, you need to find something that's closer to your next level, because you could be looking at a $50,000 website and you only have $1,000 budget, and you're like, oh, I want mine to look like this, and it's not going to look like that. It's not going to have certain features. So you need to figure out what is your next level. You need to study those websites. Now the third thing you need to do. So first is purpose. Second is study. The third thing is that you need to know what are the features that you want on your online store website. And this is where studying other fashion, food, whatever your marketplace is, and you're looking to sell your products or digital services, this is where you definitely need to have a list, okay? So your features are going to be the components of your site that you want people to experience. So one of them may be, okay, I would love for people to maybe have the ability to do payment plans, okay, which is something that we're going to talk about. Excuse me. We're going to talk about in the online bootcamp, online course, the 1-day Shopify course. So that is basically bringing on payment plans. So if you're familiar with a huge trend happening in online stores, makeup companies, clothing companies, there's a new company that has come out called Afterpay. Afterpay is a 4-week payment plan system that a lot of fast fashion companies have used, makeup companies use, shoe companies are using. So to give you some examples, Steve Madden did it, Forever 21 signed on, Morphe, ColourPop, oh my God, there's like a whole bunch of other brands I can, DSW, I believe is one. Let me just pull it up so I can give you guys a true list, just so I'm not misquoting some companies. But this is a huge trend. Nasty Gal, Urban Outfitters, Boohoo. And so Afterpay came out of, I'm not going to say come out of nowhere. So yeah, DSW is Anthropologie, True Religion, Ray-Ban, Skechers, Lime Crime, Flight Club, Free People, Revolve. I mean, some Tarte, Levi's jeans, NARS. I mean, these are huge companies, great, well-known companies, Bando, the paper company. But these are Cotton On, okay? So there are some big brands, Kim Kardashian Beauty, Soul Society, Sunglass Hut, Prom Girl, Beauty Bakery, Pink Lily. There are some, oh my God, even some of my favorite brands of clothing and purse brands have launched with Afterpay. And so what Afterpay is Afterpay is a 4-week it's a 4-week payment plan. Basically, they break down whatever your total cart is into 4 easy payments, right? And so it's becoming a big trend because people are able to get more of what they want and they can pay for it in basically a 4-week setup. So when you're starting your brand, there are other plugins that are very similar to Afterpay that allow your customers to basically obtain your products, but within a budget size chunk, right? So basically they can fill their cart up with over $300 worth of merchandise and have it to be where, they can basically pay for it in chunks, which is very helpful to people because it's funny on how, the reasoning is of people. They'll look at something, they'll say, oh my God, it's $300. And then they'll look at something and say, oh, I only have to pay, $75 or whatever it is, $75 a week. And then I can get my stuff. So it's, when they see that, oh, okay, they're saying it's only $75 versus $300. And so these are things that you can do within your Shopify online store. This is actually going to help you to convert more customers because what it does is that it becomes a budget-friendly way of then obtaining your products. Some of the other features that you may want to add to your Shopify store, there are so many different plugins. You can add things such as a customer loyalty plan. This is something that we talk about. We talked about in the T-shirt bootcamp. But there are plugins that allow you to basically have your customers earn points for every dollar they spend or every $2. You can set the rules. But these are some of the things we're going to talk about because you really want to think about how are we going to promote these? Because it's not enough just to add all these plugins to your Shopify store and be like, oh, great, I have a great store. But you have to promote these features, right? Because what's the point of having a payment plan system in your store? You don't promote it, right? So it's kind of like Walmart layaway during Christmas time. They are huge in promoting the Walmart layaway. When it comes to Christmas time, people are able to put away things they want to get and then pay for them later, right? But they promote it. If you don't promote it, this is very important in e-commerce, what you don't promote, you can't get mad at, okay? Because you did not promote it. So promotion, you have to promote these features. So we talk about payment plans, customer loyalty programs. You can even have, like a help center for people to be able to track their tracking their packages. And, there are great sites where online stores where you can punch in your email and your tracking number or your email and your order number. And it gives you kind of an updated of what's happening to your package kind of thing. You can add that to your store as well. But then here are some other things that you really want to add as well. We're going to talk about in our 2-hour class. I'm also going to talk about email marketing, because if you're not doing email marketing in your e-commerce store, you're really missing the ball. I was talking to someone last night, actually, and I asked them, I said, hey, I had purchased a t-shirt from this company. And I said, I haven't gotten an email to purchase more t-shirts as a consumer. And I told her, you need to be in this class, because one of the things I'm going to teach you guys is the importance of email marketing. I will say this until your ears get tired of hearing it. But how dare you have customers who come through your doors and you have a pool. It doesn't have to be 100 people. It could be 30 people. But you've had people buy from your business and you have not reached back out for them to buy more. At this point, you are allowing money to just bleed out of your company because you're not taking advantage of the community that you already have. Email marketing. Hey, Valley, how are you? Email marketing is key to e-commerce. I can't even describe how key email marketing is to e-commerce. It is like a baby needing milk. Okay. It is like me needing makeup sometimes. It is like me needing my Starbucks pink drink. Okay, it is essential. I cannot do much without it. It's like me needing my iPhone or my MacBook. Okay, it's like essential. So when we talk about e-commerce, we talk about the importance of starting your online store. Email marketing is key. This is also the reason why I tell people all the time, you have to stop signing up for these webinars and courses where people tell you, oh, sign up for my class and teach you how to launch your store. And they don't teach you the strategies to bring in customers for the store. So this is why for starting my online store, my 2-hour Shopify class that I'm doing, I am not going to tell you how to just build your store, because that you can find on Google. Let's just be real. I have to be able to teach you as an expert what the do's and don'ts are when you build your store. What's going to help you to convert more, right? The purpose, in my opinion, of anything, of a store, of a platform, is conversion. If you're not converting, you're not doing much, okay? Because conversion is the art of the game. It's how do we take eyes, put them into the cart? Okay, but then let's talk about abandoned cart recovery. Let's say people put stuff into the cart, but then guess what? They're not checking out. How do we convert those people? So you have several types of conversion. And we, of course, my course, we don't go over Facebook ads or social media ads, because that's a whole nother beast. But, having a great online store is going to help you in having great conversions when you do Facebook ads. I've had clients who they were spending thousands on Facebook ads and wondering why they weren't converting, because they were seeing the traffic come. But guess what? When we were looking at the analytics, the data, okay, which are pretty much the same thing, okay, just said two different ways. When we're looking at that, we were obviously seeing that people weren't staying long because, number one, there was too much stuff on the site, too many pop-ups, things just flying out of nowhere. The site wasn't organized. It wasn't easy to find collections that they were promoting. It was almost like you had to go on a treasure hunt to find the items, right? These are things you have to think about when you build your online store, right? So the fourth thing that we're going to talk about, again, we talked about purpose. We talked about studying. You need to have models that you're studying of other online sites. You need to know the features that are going to make your site awesome for your customers. We talked about the idea of payment plans. You could do customer loyalty plans, or basically rewards, like a reward system, right? People love reward systems. You could talk about what did I put here? I cannot read my scribble scratch. Like help desks or customer service plugins that make basically helping your clients or helping your customers basically with their purchases, have a better experience. But another feature I want to add in here really quickly is the tribe community feature, right? So one of the biggest things that you need to push within this email marketing I'm talking about is having a cool tribe that people join within your online store. So it's like, they can join the VIP club, they can join the club, they can join the circle, they can join the, So, Nordstrom they switched theirs from the Nordstrom Circle. I think it's called Nordy Rewards. I don't get that name. Okay, but that's what they call it. So, but you have different things that you call your email list, because it's more than an email list. It's a community. It's a tribe of people who love your brand, who want to allow you to come into their brand. So don't just call an email list. That's the first mistake you never want to do with the store. Never call your email list a list, because guess what it sounds like? I'm on a list. And that's it, just on a list. So call it something cool, something where, because here's the thing, you're going to be talking to them every week. You should, right? So have it be more than just you're on a list. Have it be where you're joining our community, you're joining the tribe, right? And then you're feeding them throughout the week with, sales, different deals they can get, different products they can buy, right? And then on top of that too, give them a little bit more than just the product. Give them the behind the scenes of, collections you're working on, of, different things that, you're bringing to the store soon. These are ways that we make our e-commerce flow work. Now, again, e-commerce is a lot of work. I don't know who told people. I think it must be all these gurus. They're telling people how easy it is to have an e-commerce business. Yeah. So I thought, as a service-based provider who owns service-based companies, some days are days where I would say to myself, oh, what I would not trade to just sell some products. Because at least when you sell the products, that's it. You just sell the product. Not like I got to have a client onboarding experience, so there are days where I'm like, it's so much easier just to sell a product. Lies, okay? As Elf said in the movie Elf, you sit on a throne of lies, okay? And the reason why is because remember what the art of the game is in e-commerce. What is the art of the game, especially if you're selling products that are below, $100 value? Most people in their online stores, most of their products are below $100. And when you sell something that's below a certain amount, or honestly, I'll be honest, any amount, The art of the game is still volume. The goal is to sell as much as possible. That's the goal. For some brands, it is to be where, they're more limited collection stuff. But guess what? Usually limited collection items are much more expensive. But guess what? You still got to sell them. It's one thing to produce products, to order products, to have a vendor list, all that good stuff. But if you can't sell it, who cares? Okay. I mean, let's just be real. Who cares? You have to be able to push that product out of your office, your warehouse, your home, whatever it is. So this is why you also want to make sure that your email marketing is on fleek. And this is when I talk about this is so important, because a lot of people think, oh, I can send an email once a month and then I get mad that I don't have sales. Meanwhile, as I've talked about many times, you look at other online companies, e-commerce companies, they don't apologize for basically ransacking your email inbox by telling you what they're selling. And guys, here's the funny part. A business's job is to sell. So if you're not selling, are you a business? That's a great question. Maybe we should start with that. Maybe we should have started with that question. If you're not selling and promoting your business, are you actually a business? The question of the day. Right. But this is true, because I meet people all the time. I'm not, I just don't want to bombard someone's inbox. I don't want to annoy them. I don't want to seem like I'm overbearing. Meanwhile, your business is broke. So I think that we probably should promote, because until you have reached a level, and then really honestly, there's no level that you will reach where you do not have to promote. Okay. You need to promote. So this is why we never feel ashamed for coming in someone's inbox 3 times a week, because my job is to profit. And now if I just want to, just kind of chill and be broke, that's one thing. That's a personal choice. But you're not going to have much happiness or purpose. Who feels like, people say, oh, well, it's not just about profit, it's about purpose. Let me tell you something. If you're broke, that purpose is going to run out real quick. And you can love fashion all day, but if your bank account is empty for a couple months, your passion for fashion. Listen, Linda. Okay, let's keep on going. So purpose, study. You want to know the purpose of your site. You need to know this. You need to study other websites so that you can get an idea of what an idea, not a copycat, an idea. You want to have features. We talked about payment plans, customer loyalty plans. We talked about. I still cannot read. Oh, help desk. I need to rewrite that because that is confusing. Your tribe, your community. Okay, give me a name for it. Okay, something other than an email list. Okay. So let me give you an example of what I did with Gigi Taught Me. So with Gigi Taught Me, what we did was we called it the Girls Club. That's what you joined. You joined the Girls Club. The Girls Club had I should have printed all this stuff out so I could just show all the cameras. But the Girls Club had like a little woman on it. They had like an actual house and it said Girls Club, no boys allowed, right? So when you join it, you got this welcome letter that was automation sent to your inbox and said, welcome to the Girls Club at Gigi Taught Me. So it was called Gigi. Well, it was Gigi Taught Me, but Gigi was kind of like the name that we focused for the brand. But it was called the Girls Club. So when you joined our t-shirt website, you actually were joining the Girls Club. It was not the email list. It was the Girls Club. And it had, again, a no boys allowed. It came with a welcome email to kind of let them know like, hey, welcome to the club. And kind of giving them like, it was almost like joining a little sorority and kind of giving like the rundown, like now you're like a secret member, that kind of stuff. And then it let them know in ways they could get connected, how you got a 10% coupon, to get your first bit of gear, all that kind of stuff. So it's important that you brand the experience. So the next thing is that you need to know your branding touch points. I'm giving y'all some free knowledge here. So, I mean, you can do what you want with it, but if I were you, I would take advantage. So these are called your branding touch points. Your branding touch points are going to be, how do you customize your touch point? Touch points are literally where people touch you. They touch the brand. They're experiencing the brand at different points. So how do we make sure that when people come to your site, email marketing, they get their, emails, the automation emails after an item ships, that it has that branding touch, right? Now, your brand is your voice, your message, your purpose, all of that. It is the way that you talk. It is your verbiage, right? So all of that matters. All of that creates your brand. So this is why in the 1 day, the 1 day, 2-hour class I'm doing, on June 29th, we're going to actually go into this stuff in depth, because again, my job is not just to teach you how to build a Shopify store. It's on how to use the Shopify store to convert, okay, to have more and more customers. But you need to know your branding touch points. So the branding touch points include your website. That is the main one because that's where people are coming. But you also have your sales channels, like your social media platforms. Those are branding touch points. So when I come to your social media, am I feeling the brand? Or is it just random pictures of products that just look random? Okay, and look like someone has kidnapped me, and my job is to take pictures of random objects, right? So you need to make sure that your social media fits your brand. Colors, the vibe. Vibe is important. What is vibe? Your vibe is the actual experience and feeling. Okay, experience and feeling that I get. So this is all based upon your target demographic and your target audience. So you have to know your audience. For us, our target audience for Gigi Taught Me was it was women, primarily women. Actually, it was all women. And the ages, we were targeting millennial women. So we were targeting ages between, for us, it was 21 to about 35, 21 to 35. And what we were targeting was that ultra girly feel. So it was a lot of pink. Pink was our core color, pink and shades of pink. And so when you came to our platform, you saw a lot of that. There's a lot of pink. And if you go over there even now, you'll see a lot of pink. And so that was a part of our branding mechanisms. And so we made sure that in all of our design that you were seeing a lot of pink, you were seeing a lot of you would see women that reflected the audience that we were targeting as well. So it wasn't like, we saw an 80-year-old woman for a millennial site, right? We also made sure too that our verbiage was girly. It had to be ultra girly, right? And we had to know the language that our customers were speaking. So we made sure that even in our welcome emails, all that, we really had that girly sisterhood kind of feel, right? And so that really helped in our branding touch points, because when you came to the website, you got that feel. When you got the welcome email and got the 10% coupon, you got that feel. When you got your abandoned cart recovery, we customize our abandoned cart recovery. Shopify offers they're like basic abandoned cart recovery emails. But honestly, to us, they're not branded enough. So we customize our abandoned cart recovery emails to fit the language of our brand. And we'll talk about the abandoned cart recovery email systems and all that in the 1-day class. That's why you should sign up, because you won't need it. So that was important. So we made sure that even our social media, website, email marketing, we made sure that it was consistent. When people came to a vending event, a physical event where they were experiencing our table, whatever it was, we made sure that our table was branded. Now, a table, when we talk about branding, we're talking about more than visual. So there are so many aspects of branding. A lot of people think that branding is the visual aspect of branding. Visual aspects of branding are the actual like design elements, logos. You can include the branding that happens within collateral, right? Physical printed collateral, right? But it's more than that. Branding in a vending or an exhibit table is actually when it actually should feel like they step into another experience. That's really important. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. And that's why we're going to talk about that, not actually in the 2-hour class, but I'm going to be touching on that in my Delaware for my 4-week class that I'm hosting in Delaware. Because if I come to a table or an exhibition area and I don't feel like I walked into it could be one step to your table. But if you are not giving me a different experience, I'm not saying that you're not great at branding. I'm not saying that you're not great at, at your table, but we can't say that that's a branding touch point. Okay, so to make that table a branding touch point, this is why there's a video on my YouTube channel that talks about vending for girly brands. Watch that, because I talk about how to create a table that has height and depth to your table, on how you can decorate your table in different ways to create an experience, to almost feel like I've walked into an experience, right? So let's say, for instance, I'm a fitness expert, right, that does meal prep. Right? So when I come to your table, make it feel like I've walked into a kitchen versus I've walked to a table that has meal prep menus, right? Make it feel like I've walked into a kitchen. So how do you turn a vending table into a kitchen? Simple. You can pull some actual, kitchen, props, right? So that means that you could have a blender literally right on the table. You could have some shakes right on the table. You could have some example boxes right on the table. Outside of your banner and your signage, you could have it to where maybe you have like a wooden box, right? That on the top of it has some some fruits and some vegetables. And bring me into an experience. Now, a lot of people, they don't want to do this because they're like, that's just like too much. It's just like too much. But again, branding point. That is an experience. Bring me into something. So it's important that you actually have your branding touch points. So these are things I want you to think about when you're talking about starting your online store, making sure that it's a branding experience. How can I know that this is actually your brand? No, do your emails look generic? Does your website look generic? Right? Does it look basic? Does it never change? So 3 months later, I'm looking at the same site. You don't have any different banners, any different collections. It just looks the same. You need to up the activity within your brand. Now, the next thing that we're going to touch on, and I'm almost done because I got to go, is going to be your platforms, which I hope I'm saying this right. Is it Valley? I'm just going to say Mr. or Mrs. Redding because I don't want to mess up her name on YouTube. So she asked a question, would you recommend having an online store on Facebook only using Shopify? So Shopify provides different sales channels for you to extend your online boutique company, whatever you want to call it, store out. Facebook is one of those channels. For me personally, there's 2 ways you can do this. So Shopify also offers several plans. The first plan is a $9 plan called Lite, okay, Shopify Lite. And it gives you the ability for just $9 to have your store on Facebook. Where it goes right through Facebook, connects on Shopify for the in-sale, stuff like that. So that if you just want to do Facebook only, now here's my thing about that, is that remember that you won't have all of the bells and whistles that we talked about, like, the reward programs, things like that. Facebook right now doesn't really give you a lot as far as data on your store. They give you some page numbers and things like that. But I think, in my personal opinion, I haven't seen any companies really brag about how, being on Facebook alone has really increased their store conversion. I've rarely seen that. With most e-commerce stores, you really need to have your actual website platform because you want to see what products are people looking at the most. You want to know what pages they're staying on. You also want to be able to really control the branding experience. And I think that a website does that more than a Facebook page, because with a website, you can actually have a page that tells your story. Facebook, you have your about section. I mean, I get it. But for me, I highly suggest having your products on Facebook, but making your website the core platform. Right now we know that Facebook, of course, is the parent company of Instagram. And so we also know too that Instagram is making some huge changes where they're going to allow people soon to directly check out from Instagram, which is going to be awesome because it will be connected through your Shopify store. So if you have Shopify, it's going to be awesome because right now you can tag your products on Instagram and they can click it. And when they click it, it actually can take them directly to the product. But in the future, we're moving to where it actually will directly allow them to check out. Now, they've already begun testing it with other platforms, with other, major users. So hopefully they'll flesh out to other e-commerce platform people who own, those business pages on Instagram. But I would, again, you need to have a website. I cannot tell you that enough. You need to have a website. Now, if you don't have the money to get a online store, I get that. I completely understand. You can do your Facebook store. But I personally recommend getting a Shopify store. It's $29 a month. You can do the $9 Lite plan, which will allow you to sell like that. But Velveeta, okay, got it. Veil, okay, Veil. So, but I highly recommend getting a website. It's $29 a month. It's worth every penny. Again, it's worth it if you use it. You got to really put your Shopify store to use. That includes, again, email marketing. That includes, again, social media, being consistent. That also includes vending. A lot of people want to have online stores and don't want to vend. They feel like it's not necessary. But the problem is that you'll be, if you don't have customers coming in, you need to go out and get customers. So we'll talk about how to also use Shopify to do that as well. Shopify has an awesome Shopify reader with the Shopify payments gateway. We'll talk about that, how to, mark your products so that you don't bleed through transaction fees. We're going to talk about that. So guys, let's go back over what we talked about because I'm done. When it comes to starting your online store, you want to know your purpose. You want to study other websites. You need to get an understanding of the framework of how your site should look. That home page is going to be the most important page. I will tell you right now, the most important page of an online store is the home page. Okay? That's important. The third thing are features. What are going to be the cool features that you offer your customers to have a better experience with you? We talked about payment plans. We talked about customer loyalty plans or reward systems. We talked about a help desk or kind of a customer service desk. We talked about using your email list instead of calling an email list, actually adding a name to it, something that kind of brings it into like a tribe, a community, right? So like a VIP, a club, a crew, club, crew, circle. I mean, you can think of all sorts of things. Join the boss babes. Join the. There's just so many things you can talk about. But just think about a name for a crew that people can join, a community that makes them feel more than just they're joining a store email list, but they're actually joining something. You want to know your branding touch points, and your branding touch points, which are different aspects that they touch your brand. And then last but not least, you want to make sure that you know what are the platforms that your store will be on. At the core, it'll be your Shopify store. And then it can expand out. Facebook, Instagram, you can do Amazon through Shopify as well. That's important to note. You can also do some other platforms that they offer. I did get a question from someone one time that asked me, hey, I have an Etsy store. Should I also have a Shopify store? Etsy to me is an extension platform. I don't consider it to be actually a store website. So I'm not really big. I love Etsy. I think it's amazing for what it does for handmade creators. What I do know is that you do not have the full branding control on an Etsy store, period. Etsy offers this upgraded experience that you can pay for per month, where you can actually create a store, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it does not give you the fullness of what a Shopify store will. So that's why I tell people, if you want to have Etsy be like an extended, like another platform that your products are on, but do not have it be the core base. Again, I know people are like, oh, I make tons of sales. I get it. But Shopify at the end of the day is the number one e-commerce platform. Etsy is going to be the platform for handmade items. I think that's awesome. They're ramping up promotions, doing a lot more commercials, right? So what I would say is you can have an Etsy store, right? They charge you for every listing, so it's not that bad. But you need to make sure that you're not depending upon just one platform. For me, again, I would have a Shopify store. I would have, an Etsy platform to have my products on as well. Now, Shopify does not sync to Etsy, of course, because why? It is a competition platform, so they're not going to allow you to sync. But some of the things I just definitely don't like with Etsy is the fact that they offer some type of email marketing kind of promotions thing, but it's not like it's. I mean, it's not like they make it a focus, right? So like, let's say for instance, you've had 300 customers through your Etsy store, right? Now, I mean, essentially you could go through every email of every customer and then add them in. But it should be where you should have the ability to have these functions. So guys, again, we're done. Again, we're getting ready for this 2-hour class. It's on June the 29th. It's an online-based class. We have people signing from all over. Shout out to Australia. I gotta give a shout out to Australia. Australia has been coming in through the house. I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how powerful this is. So I don't know whether it's just maybe some of my videos are just being shared in Australia or what, but in the past 2 weeks, I have gotten class signups from people in Australia, individuals, as well as people buying my books from Australia. The online versions. Thank God, because I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna ship this stuff out. But it has been really dope. So I just wanted to give a special shout out to Australia. I've been seeing you guys come across that and I've just been like, you have to be kidding me. This is so dope. So guys, anyway, I hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves. If you want to sign up for my class, the link is if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description box of this video. To answer your question, Vel, yes, the class is going to cover how to use the free templates because at the core, I'm going to be teaching you guys. There are free templates from Shopify, and I'm going to teach you how to use the free ones because you can do a lot with the free. A lot of people don't understand, but if you don't have a huge budget, you can do a lot. And I know this because I have used all of them. I have tinkered with all of them. I've tinkered with all of them. All of them have different features. All of them have different benefits. And a lot of people think that the themes are just how they are designed. But again, a lot of times you're just looking at examples. I'm going to teach you guys within these Shopify templates on what to look for in templates, what makes each template different, and then how to maximize the templates because there are some bad. There's some ones in those free ones that are good. You could do a lot, especially if you make your custom graphics. And we're going to talk about how to make your own banners, how to spice up your website, how to maintain more life in your website, because a store has to have activity. We talked about this in my t-shirt boot camp that I did. That was phenomenal. And one of the things that I taught them was that you have to have activity in your store. It's not enough to just have a store. You have to keep it. People are used to life. People are used to new collections every month. They're used to so many new things. So you have to keep the energy going, and your website has to have that same energy. So we are going to go over Shopify templates. We're going to go over how to build out that homepage correctly and not make it look basic. Can't be basic. You gotta make that thing look good. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, too, the SEO. It's not going to be a huge section of SEO, but we are going to talk about how to improve your SEO, how to do your alt tags, how to do your meta tags, how to do your descriptions for all of your different pages and collections. And there's so much stuff that SEO that can happen within Shopify. So we're going to talk about all of that. If you have a physical location, we're going to talk about that, because you may be a business, okay, that this is awesome. Yes, so you have a physical location, you have a physical boutique, you have a physical food store, whatever. You need to have an online store. That is essential. We've learned this through Amazon taking out big box companies because of the fact that they were so focused on having a physical presence that they did not push an online presence, or of course, for some people, they just couldn't compete. So what we're going to talk about how to maximize an online store, because you can have an online store extension. So we're going to be talking about those different things. So if you want to sign up, you can go to bit.ly/Shopify 101 class. If you're watching on Facebook, the link is with this video. If you're watching on Instagram, the link is in my bio. It's the first button. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description with this video. So when this is done, you can go there. Or if you're watching the live chat, you can go here, which I'm going to type this in. Okay, that's it. Yep, you can go there. So you want to go there. You want to sign up. It's only $49 for this week. Next week it goes up to $97. So, and we cap at 40. It's first come, first serve. So this is not one of those, I'm gonna just wait until I'm gonna just see. Please don't do this. We did this for the t-shirt boot camp. No, I did 20 seats, sold out. Did 30 seats, sold out. Did 40 seats, sold out. So I do 50 cap, sold out. Still had people, bumped up to 55, and I was like, I'm done. So this is really important, because once the classes, I'm gonna tell you the importance of joining my classes when I offer them, because you get them at a lower discount. Because when you wait, don't do that. When you wait, number one, you're going to pay more. And then if you don't get, let's say you're like, I'm not going to get the $49 one. I'm not going to wait till it goes to $97. Do you guys know what I do? Some of you guys already know. When the classes are done, right? Number one, if you pay for the seat while it's being offered, you get the replay, right? You get the replay. You get it for free. It comes with your seat. But if you wait, she's like, I'm going to miss the $49 one. I'm going to miss the $97 opportunity. The class goes up in price. So it's going to be offered. This class is going to be offered for $197 since it's a Shopify 101. So you can wait. That's fine. You're going to pay $197. And it'll be offered on my P3 University platform, which is where all of my online courses are at. And so you can wait. But I'm telling you, it's better to pay now. Get the replay, okay? And the cool thing about it is that for those who purchase the class now, where you access the replay is the online platform. It's my online course platform. So you're actually going to be in the same portal that everyone else will be, except they're going to be paying full price. So just don't wait. I'm trying to tell you guys, and I'm very confident in my selling abilities, because I have to be, because I'm good at sales. And it's because I teach that I'm good at sales, and it's because I am. So I always tell people, don't wait. I'm very confident in my ability to sell out of all my classes. I've never had a problem selling out of my classes. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever. So I tell people, you want to get in while you can fit in. Okay. So guys, again, the link is out here. Be sure to click the link in my bio. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, click this link that is with the caption. And if you're on YouTube, you want to click on that link. You want to get in the class. If you've never had me as your teacher and you are like, Genesis, okay, this is going to be the first one I'm going to do with you. I'm going to fill you out, boo. I'm going to fill you. I'm going to see how you do, Gigi. So take this class, because this is going to be your first step into running a successful online e-commerce company. Okay. See you guys later. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. See you Facebook. See you.